Please like, share, and subscribe, and check the link below for previous trading lessons. This is our weekly lesson number 4. There's something patiently waiting for you in the market whilst you read this. Sitting. Waiting. Biding its time to destroy your trading account. This silent trading killer has hurt almost every trader I know. And there's nothing you can do to escape it. Does this mean you're doomed to fail in the market? Of course not. But only if you know what it is, how to tackle it, and what you need to do about it. Which is why I've put together this guide for you, and how you can banish the silent trading killer no one tells you about. Read on for more. The cycle of trading doom. When you trade the market, it's all indicators, strategies, and platforms. Find a system that works for you, you're told. One that suits your trading personality, they say. Test your way through an approach, manage your risk, and protect your capital. None of this is wrong. The thing is, it's only half the picture. It's just not the full story. No matter the course I've attended, the numerous traders I've spoken to, or even the pros I've worked with, none of them ever raised this silent killer that I'm talking about. Seeing as it takes down so many traders, you'd wonder why more traders don't mention it more often. Well, the experienced, consistent, and ultimately profitable traders do, which in itself tells you something. So what exactly is this silent trading killer? I'm talking about trading psychology. It's the way you approach, think about, and more importantly how you feel about the market and your trades. Your psychology affects your behavior in the market, which in turn affects your performance. If you repeat the same trading behavior, it's natural to say your performance won't change. And depending on how destructive that behavior is, things could go south pretty quickly. Just ask any new trader tackling the market for the first time. Apart from the technical stuff, entries, risk management, etc., it's what really matters in trading. You could have the best system, one that sweets you down to a T, but if you can't hold your nerves in the markets, or you let your emotions get the better of you, well then you're a goner. If you honestly believe that you can't change your performance without changing your trading behavior, then you've been approaching the market all wrong. However, if you understand that your trading behavior is the key to your success, and at the very core of what matters in your trading, then half of your battle is already won. Most traders are held captive by their emotions. I even call these the 7 deadly trading sins, which I already discuss on previous trading lessons. They chase bigger positions, gluttony. They revenge trade, wrath. They chase trades and profits, greed. They hold on to losses, sloth. They hide or ignore losses, pride. They overtrade, lust. And they even covet other people's trades, envy. There's a reason emotion in trading has often been called trading demons. Trading on emotion can be extremely dangerous and is more often than not advised against. You end up making decisions you normally wouldn't have made in those specific situations, as I've shown above, ultimately meaning you end up gambling at the end of the day. That's precisely where consistent traders differ from the ones that lose money. Practically executed, disciplined trades far outperform emotion-based trades. Emotional trading often leads to traders getting caught up in the cycle of doom, also which I already discuss on previous trading lessons. It's a 3-step process most traders don't even know they're in. And it keeps traders from making money for months, even years. So if you know that your behavior, emotions, and psychology affect the way you trade, irrespective of your strategy or system, surely there's something you can do about it all to positively affect your performance. There is. In fact, there are 2 specific things you can and should do. I like to call them the two golden rules of trading psychology. These aren't complicated concepts at all. I'd actually go as far to say that they're some of the simplest you'll come across. Simple, but not easy. I'm talking about patience and discipline. No matter what type of trader you are though, professional or beginner, you will experience emotions. Whether you like it or not, they're there. And to respond to them, the good traders actually develop an approach, or even something referred to as a trading personality. They do this to overcome their emotions, or at least keep them in check so they don't cause too much damage. Your trading personality is the determinant of how you approach the markets. It goes to say that different personality types trade differently. Not everyone is cut out to be a trader, and some will naturally do better than others. This is down to their trading personality, their approach to the markets, and their appetite for risk. Your trading personality defines who you are as a trader, and how you trade the market. And that's precisely why the two most important aspects of your personality, no matter who you are patience and discipline. They ultimately give you the ability to handle the numerous things the market throws at you. Not to mention some of the most difficult aspects of trading. You is waiting for trades to line up. How to play the trading waiting game. A time when most traders experience a ton of emotion. Fear, for example, is when they're losing money. It gets worse when they're waiting to put on a new trade as well. I find new traders experience this quite heavily. They get anxious, upset, angry, impatient, you name it. They run the emotion gauntlet, and very few emerge from the other side in the long run. This causes traders to place positions they normally wouldn't get into, just to try and make their money back. It's something called revenge trading. And let's be honest, does that sound like an emotionless practice? Not quite. Revenge trading causes you to ignore your system, discard your strategy, and you end up gambling your money against the market at the end of it all. Let me tell you, when you gamble in the market, the house almost always wins. Which is why you need to do one simple, little thing. The key to accepting your trading demons. Despite what you might think, it's not about removing your emotions. Remember what I said earlier, they're always going to be there. You can't surgically remove them. If only it worked like that. Instead, you need to develop your trading personality in a way that lets you control the way you respond to your emotions. That's far easier to do, and you also wouldn't be fighting a losing battle. Even when your heart is thumping 1,000,000 miles a minute, or if that bead of sweat is running down your neck. If you can develop traits that counteract your emotions, you'll end up making logical trading decisions. You need to actively implement a sense of patience and discipline in your trading behavior. Patience allows you to sit comfortably waiting for your next trade, irrespective of your account balance, or whatever kind of streak you're on. Discipline means sticking to your system, or only putting on positions that result from your strategy or your system's rules. Being patient and disciplined allows you to trade what you see, and not what you think. Which is why you need to cultivate both. Now that sounds all good and well, but how do you do this? How a Pink My Little Pony diary can make you more money in the market. Okay, so maybe it doesn't have to be pink. Or a My Little Pony diary. Well, depending on what you're into. But it does have to be a diary of sorts, a trading log if you will. Some of the best traders I've ever met or encountered keep a detailed history of every trade they put on. And let me tell you, it's a fantastic method when it comes to your trading. At the end of each month, week, or even day, they then review their trading performance and their trades. They then compare their performance to their previous trades from their system or strategy. The point of doing this is to pick up anomalies or even just slight differences and what caused them. This in turn shows them what they need to avoid next time their emotions start to rear their ugly head. Another way to become more disciplined and patient is to have confidence in your strategy or approach. It sounds a little wishy-washy, but I promise you it isn't. Confidence comes from back testing, analyzing and putting your strategy to the rigors of what the live market will do to it. Once you know your trading performance will have certain outputs, you become confident in the fact that you'll continue that, irrespective of what gets thrown at you. Simply knowing your system will make you money over the long term can even be enough to curb those trading emotions, even when you experience a losing trade or a losing streak. And that's why I can't stress enough how important it is to test your technique or strategy thoroughly. If you do this over the right amount of time, and it becomes consistently profitable, there's simply no reason to question it when you're in the markets. Become a more profitable trader today by kicking this silent killer to the curb. Trading psychology is something you'll very rarely hear about, and only from the best or most experienced traders. Your psychology affects your behavior in the market, which in turn affects your performance. Which is why you need to stick to the 2 golden rules of trading psychology. You need to exercise patience and discipline. Create a trading diary or a trading log and track your performance. The more you do this, the more you learn about yourself and how you react to the market. And by comparing this to previous trades, you get a sense and even a numerical advantage over the market. Alternatively, you can analyze and back test the hell out of your system until you have a certain set of parameters that gives you confidence in your system. Once you know that, you can approach the market calmly and in a more disciplined fashion. Doing so will help you trade what you see and not what you think, which at the end of the day will make you a more consistent, more profitable trader. You can't remove your emotions, but you can keep them in check. Please like, share, and subscribe, and check the link below for previous trading lessons. Next week topic: trading, it's a head game, and dealing with the emotions. Until next week, this is the Market Navigator.